want to talk a little bit this hour about the NFL owners meetings and some of the stuff that Mike McDaniel had to say. But let's start with headlines brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai models in inventory, like the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. And remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai.
Should I skip the Tyreek Hill stuff then, Hawk? Because I know McDaniel.
No, you can get into it if you want. You can get into it.
Okay, yeah, because McDaniel did touch on it. But here's what happened. Tyreek Hill at the center of some Dolphins drama over the weekend once again because he's trolling on social media. So Jason Fitzgerald from Over the Cap, he mentioned Tyreek Hill is the biggest name player who could potentially be traded on draft night. He wasn't saying there's a report or that. He was just asked. Somebody asked him, hey, who do you think could get moved? Biggest name player? He said Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill responds with a peace sign. Another post from a Dolphins fan account asking if fans would be okay with trading Tyreek, and then he quotes that with a laugh emoji. This morning, though, an account called NFL Rumors, they posted a picture of Tyreek Hill, and they write, report, Tyreek Hill would be okay getting traded to a contender. He quoted it and responded, LOL, another false narrative. So you didn't know if the smiley face and the peace sign was him saying deuces or laughing at the fact that he wants to get traded. Today, he somewhat shut that down. But 24 hours of people kind of in South Florida saying, again, with Tyreek Hill trolling us on social media.
It's the new age of what media is. Like every second, these guys can respond. And it's just ridiculous that it can actually be a national report of a guy tweeting a peace sign. He could be leaving Funky Buddha Brewery and saying, hey, I'm out of here. I'm done hanging out and drinking beer. It's the dumbest thing in the world that we have to attach ourselves to young humans that want attention, and now we give them the attention they want, and now they continue the attention. It's silly as hell. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't think the Dolphins want to trade him. If the trade offer, there's a price on everything. If somebody gives him 3 ones, he's gone. But for us to attach ourselves to a guy's social media, it kind of upsets me because I'm old and curmudgeonous.
It's so very apparent to me, like what he's doing there with the peace sign, letting it fester for a day, and then false rumors. But it leads me to believe that at some point, much like the Heat waited too long with Jimmy Butler, someone in the Dolphins front office or coaching staff may be saying, those breadcrumbs are being dropped. Like, what are we doing here? Gotta cut bait. Maybe. I'm not telling you that's what's happening. I just do see a parallel between the Jimmy Butler situation and this.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Hawk. You've been talking about the breadcrumb for a while, and I've really thought about it. Where we need to, I don't say we need to, but you need to make the right business decision with Tyreek at some point. And we always talk about how the Patriots get rid of guys too early than too late. So when is that point? When is he not gonna, when is he gonna be upset? Can he not run a damn 4.28 no more? There's that mid ground between Tyreek wanting to be here and Chris Greer deciding how long he should be here. And his number next year is $51 million.
Woo. Yeah.
There is no receiver in the world worth $51 million.
A lot of bread.
That's quarterback money. So are you going to – but if you restructure that deal, now you have him for years under $35 million. Like something has to be figured out with Tyreek and the Dolphins.
So 2 things to that. Mike McDaniel was asked about it today at the owners' meetings. Here's his quote. When asked if Tyreek will be a Dolphin in 2025, I can certainly say with certainty that at this certain moment, we are fully planning to move forward for a better version of our relationship with Tyreek Hill. And to Crowder's point about Tyreek Hill's cap hit, Alan Poupar had a really good breakdown on SI. He writes, the Dolphins' cap hit is larger if they trade him before June 1st than if he just remained on the roster. And if they trade him after June 1st, the problem is they can save around $15 million this year. The problem is you're waiting until after June 1st, right? Like most guys already signed what you're going to get back in draft capital to rebuild your team this year is drafted already. It's gone. So it doesn't make much sense. Next year, they can get out of his deal, Crowder, the $51 million cap hit. They can save, I think he wrote 33 million of that $51 million cap hit. So doesn't seem like the Dolphins have any intention of trading him now.
To make an analogy with Jimmy Butler and the Heat, the prevailing notion was, well, let's get through one more year. They knew it was bad. And it was like, well, let's get through one more year because then we've got more freedom to be done with him on the books. And it was like, you know what? You rolled the dice for one more year and it blew up in your face.